Hello guys, and I'm so glad to have you guys. Okay, today we're gonna discuss about what is DHCP server and how we can install DHCP server in our Windows Server 2022. Okay, so guys, I need your attention. If anyone of you familiar about DHCP, that is fine. If you're not, then I want to explain, and I try my best to explain with more details. If you come to uh, um yeah, Elias Tech. So this is my YouTube channel, guys, and I need you guys to help me to get at least 1,000 subscriber, and that will be very helpful. But so far, what I'm going to do is that I put a link in the description for this specific topic, because the complete guidance of IP assigning, DHCP, APIPA, and we have a manual IP as well. So my suggestion is to go ahead and watch this video as well, because it really help you it's with more details. Okay, long story short, it is dynamic host configuration protocol, means this server will provide IP automatically for our clients. We're gonna learn these things on the practical lab as well. So these are the brief things that you should keep in your mind, guys. If you remember, let me. So the server is assigning IP for the rest of the client, which is looking for the internet, and the server will provide IP and internet for these clients as well. So the main purpose of DCP is that here's the one thing. If you're as a system engineer or network architecture or network engineer, so the main purpose of DCP is that it bring a facility and solution for all hours, because if we have a 2 3 client, that is fine, so you can assign a manually IP. You know what I'm saying? For example, if I have a 1 client, 2 client, 3 client, or 4 client, I can assign, for example, 10.0.2.1.2.3, and I can see .4, for example, just 4. So at this case, in this case, we don't have to have a DHCP server. If there's I have no idea, but so far for me, if it is exceed the 10 client, my suggestion is go ahead and install DHCP server, because that's very important. So what gonna happen in the big, large enterprise companies? It is a bit hard, because not only 10 computers, it's not only 100 computer, it is more than 500, 600 computer. You know, guys, that is why they are using DHCP server. So probably you would say, some of you are very technical, you would say, so why it's 400 or 500? So they're using different submit, like I know it's 254, or they can do some submitting as well. So the main purpose is to bring a facility for all network engineer, even for technician as well, because once you plug the computer and the ethernet or wall jack or network interface card, the computer is good to go, and the computer will receive internet. Here's another example as well. If you guys have internet at home, when you connect your computer or a smartphone to the wireless modem or the Wi-Fi that you have at home, that modem is also providing DHCP. That's a dynamic host configuration protocol IP. Means you haven't assigned any IP to your smartphone or to your computer. That is the big example in order to know what is DCP and how DCP work. Okay, let's come to our domain controller, and this is the scenario. This is what we're gonna do, is that we're gonna do we're gonna install DHCP server in our domain controller. Here's the thing, my suggestion is, since I have a one domain controller and I want to install everything, this is not a professional way. So if you work in a production, if you are if you work as a network engineer or a system engineer, my suggestion is to always have, for example, a subdomain, child domain, or additional domain in order to install the DCP. So you don't have to install all servers or services in your domain controller. I think the Active Directory is enough for that specific computer. So this is my suggestion. Okay, so let's come to here. The first thing we need to do is to run. The reason which I'm coming run, I want to, so it is ncpa ncpa.cpl, or you can go here, guys. If you remember here, if I double click here, so do not, yeah, where is that? Okay, should give me the properties, but anyway, so if I come here, when you see here, I have assigned the IP manually, if you remember. So if I want to, for example, if I want to connect my domain controller or my domain controller to any of the DHCP server, I have to make a top 10. We're gonna do this one in a practical lab as well. So I want to cancel it. I don't want to touch anything with my domain controller. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna keep this one as a DHCP server, and our client will be our client who gonna receive a DHCP um, services. In order to install the DHCP server, here is the way where you can install the DHCP server. The first thing that you have to do is to open what server manager. Once you open server manager, you have to add roles and feature. Click add roles and feature. So this is how you can install the server. It's very important, guys. It's very important because we have a plenty of devices that provide DCP server, but so far I don't want you guys to confuse about what else is possible. Just focus on Windows so far. So I pick the first option, then I say yes, select the server or virtual hard disk, or on which to install rules in the future. I say the domain controller. If I had a child domain or additional domain, definitely it will show up in here as well. And I say no, I want to keep my domain controller as whatever feature that I want to install. Okay, rules. And here it asks like which rules. I say I am looking for dynamic host configuration protocol. Once I click this uh, um, this message prompt itself, so you have to hold your horses and say add the features. So we have to install the tools for the servers as well. I pick add the services, and whatever feature does it come with, I pick that one as well. Then what gonna happen is the another thing that I have to do is to click next. So when I click next in here, you do not need to do anything, just click next because I add all server rules which was related for that specific server, and we are good to go. So click next. I will say if it requires restart, let's pick it. So far, remember that if you guys are working on a production, don't click this one. You have to ask your manager, IT director, whoever before you get fired. Make sure to do not mess with the production. Install. This is how we can install a DHCP server in our Windows Server 2022. Okay, guys, in the next lecture, we're gonna learn how to configure our DCP server, and the configuration is different because it does require the pool, so on. So I have to wait to see if I encounter any error, and I have to fix it. And then, meanwhile, it will be a good idea to resolve the issue, and you have to know how to resolve the issue as well. So far, what is my DCP? This is my DCP server. My DCP server is 10.0.2.15. So this is my DCP server IP. And what I'm going to do is I want to create a DCP pool which is start from 10.0.2.0/24. So this is the scenario. Okay, we have to wait. So I want you guys to be patient and stay and watch to see what's gonna happen to the end. And yeah, let me. I am. I'm a big fan of coffee. I don't know, but the good thing with the coffee is it boosts your brain. You think outside the box, but it's for a short time. That's the disadvantage of drinking coffee. And I thought to share with you guys. I like drink coffee, and yeah, let's see what gonna happen. It take time. So the reason which I take a time because we have load a lot of services in our domain controller. So that's why I take time. On top of that, this is virtual environment. It's not a physical environment. It's not a physical server, right, guys? And that's why I take time. So you should be patient. If you see these kind of things or something is wrong, no. So in here, even you can read what is going on right now. It's a feature installation, so it's adding the tools that we say, the feature that we accepted. So this one is installing that portion, and we have to be patient. And I didn't have to talk too much, I think. But anyway, um, yeah, another thing that during of this installation, guys, if you want to give a thumbs up or if you like the videos, the only way to appreciate my work is because that's why I put a very low price for this class is to everyone is deserve to learn, and that's why my focus is not on earning money, but I rather to share my knowledge to everyone. So make sure to give me a good star all the time, like thumbs up. If you think that some of the instruction is not helpful, you can comment down below or say like, hey, I couldn't get the point. Probably one of me or one of my student will help you to figure out how to resolve that issue as well. So that's another ways to help me and support me. Meanwhile, I have a class which is called Network Plus. That's also a beautiful class in case if you guys are learning how network works, what is, for example, how network works. I mean, it's very, very important, and whether you believe it or not, I put my all effort on that class as well. So you don't have to, but if you're a system engineer and if you're learning server, I think you already know what the network is, even if some of you have already have a network plus classes as well. But anyway, that's also interesting. It took a while. I thought it's gonna be a few minutes, but it wasn't a few minutes, and that is a good thing. Let me see, guys. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. So so you can find me on LinkedIn as well. Share the certification with me there, and I will be more happy to see you guys. You got the certification, and the main purpose of here's my suggestion before I talk about the purpose. My suggestion is to try to learn, try to learn all the time. Don't focus on certification. This is how I treat. This is how I learn most stuff. Is that my main focus was not to get the certification. My main focus was always to learn. Okay, there you go. The installation is complete, so we can close here as well. And so the flag is all the time. Remember that if there's a hazard sign, mean there's something not wrong. So installation is complete. And here it asks me to install or in here it asks me to configure the DHCP server. Okay, I don't want to guys eat up your time. See you in the next lecture. We're gonna talk about how to install or configure DHCP server. Before that, this is how you can close. And if you have a question, just click in here. You will see that part of the DHCP server as remain. That's the configuration port. See you guys in the next lecture.